Hey there, welcome back to Sea Power. Today we are preventing NATO from reinforcing Narvik. Our ground forces are trying to capture Narvik port. And of course NATO is sending a convoy of troops and supplies to assist. So we can't have that. Gotta have the way clear into Narvik. We are to enter Vestfjorden, find the convoy, and make sure the supply ships do not reach their destinations. Now, there is a very bad weather going on, so the presence of enemy aircraft is highly unlikely. You're free to engage all hostile targets. Let's have a go. Our forces have reached the mission area and need to sink at least 2 transports to complete the mission. Very good. Let's see what our strike forces are exactly. We have 1, 2... Those are OSAs? No, tarantulas. So we got the SSN-2 sticks. And over here we also have the T-43. Are you just a patrol boat? You're a minesweeper? Right. Okay. I don't believe we're going to use that a whole lot. Strike Group Alpha. This is where we get a little bit more firepower. This is a cannon-class destroyer. So it is capable of gunning down targets, but it doesn't actually carry any surface-to-surface missiles. The same cannot be said for the R-194 and R-173. These are the OSA missile boats, which also carry the SSN-2, so the same missile. We have another T-61 over there, which is a patrol boat. A PT boat capable of launching torpedoes, which are the USET-80s. That is a very welcome weapon, because that means no longer dumbfire torpedoes. This thing can actually search for targets. Over there we got SKR-106, so it looks like a Petya. So mostly geared towards anti-submarine warfare. And over here we have another torpedo boat. So this one also capable of launch... No, this is capable of launching the SET-40. You're a submarine hunter? Right. Okay, well I guess it's possible that we'll see submarines. I just rather hope not. Because we don't have the weather with us. The sea state is pretty awful. And on top of that, there is the second problem. We don't have helicopters. So those two things lead me to really not want to face a helicopter group. Also, without a helicopter... Sorry, lead me to not want to face a submarine. Oh, no, without a helicopter, I'm going to have to rely upon... visual inspections, if you want to call it that. Or my own radar. Neither of which I particularly like. Okay, fine. Let's see, what's the range currently? 90 miles. We're never going to detect anything on radar with that. Okay, let's continue on our course, as it was laid out by the scenario, and proceed to see if we can intercept that convoy. New intel received. What do we have? One of our informants reported the convoy has been sighted entering Vestfjorden and is moving south along the southern shore of the fjord. Okay. So that's where we're going to go. So there's somewhere here. I wonder if this is like a reverse valuable... No, it's not valuable cargo. It's gauntlet. The NATO side had the... Okay. The NATO side had the gauntlet scenario where you had to do a mission transporting a couple of ships towards Narvik. And this one seems to be the reverse from the Soviet side, although it's different. Because you don't have aircraft, you don't have MiGs, which I think show up in gauntlet, and your missile-capable ships, while okay, are not spectacular. The ships are fleeing from... Over civilian ships are fleeing from Narvik and moving in the fjord at the moment. Be careful not to hit them. Alright, so there's also more civilian traffic along the way. Lovely. We really don't have any other assets, do we? No. Okay, so this is it. I'm gonna briefly flash up the radar from the Zorki and see if it can spot anything. I rather doubt it, but let's be sure. Expected time of arrival here is about an hour 20. Yeah, we're not picking up anything. Okay, MCON. Carry on with the course, carry on with the mission. Let's go find the convoy. We've moved quite a distance, and we are currently at 040, so ideally, this would be night. However, I think we're in the Arctic summer, which means that it's going to be, well, the sun's going to be up at all hours, at least at this level where we're at in the Arctic. Let's have a look with the radar. Seeing as we've moved past the islands here, I'm going to see if something is up. if something is approaching, if something can be spotted, because we now should be able to make out a convoy. Only 50 miles until where we're supposed to go. Whereas Narvik is over there. So, where exactly is that convoy? There are a couple of transport ships, so I'm assuming that those are doing a maximum of 13, maybe 15 knots on a good day. At 27 knots, I can definitely catch them. I just need to find them. And this is definitely one of those scenarios that highlights this is why you need a helicopter. The helicopter is such a force multiplier. It is such an incredibly powerful observation platform. You don't even need to use weapons on it. Just send it out, use its radar every now and again. Use it to visually inspect targets if you so feel. And otherwise, just have it out there as a sensor platform, detecting other things using its own ESM. Unfortunately, no such joy. So we're going to go back to MCON. Just to be sure, I'm going to change my course a little. So that if they were measuring where I was going, that's not where I'm going to be going. And that's not where I'm going to be anymore. Let's continue on our course. We'll hunt this convoy to the ends of the fjord if we have to. All of a sudden, a big explosion that says we've been hit by TP613. I have a glaring suspicion that they might have a submarine. Because I believe a TP613... You too? What the hell? Are we getting torpedoed? Active sonar. 194 has also been hit. This is going well. Unit reference. The TP613. Is that a Norwegian patrol sub? No, they carry the DM1. The DM2. The hell is a TP613? Yeah, found it. Submarine. Sneaky, sneaky Norwegians were apparently waiting for me to pass this area. And that, by the looks of it, will cause the loss of this ship here, this one's already dead, and this one here. As I mentioned, I was hoping not to have any submarines around, but it looks like we're not going to be nearly that lucky. Now, I don't even have a trail leading back to the submarine. And it's a diesel-electric boat. I have no idea where it is. So well played to the Norwegians. Because I have no idea where even to begin to search. I can now, as far as I can tell, do a few things. I can try and just ignore the submarine and continue on my course. Just race away. Because we've been seeing one that's been hit, two that's been hit. And that... The hell? Wow. Okay. So now we know where to start searching. They are right in front of us. We're going to drop a noisemaker. I'm going to change course. These might intercept the torpedo. They might not. By the looks of it, the answer is not. Give me manual control. No, that's damage control. Give me manual control of the boat. Rather ship. We already have a noisemaker out there, but I think it's going to be too little too late. And we're dead. Okay. So what do we have? We got a Petya. And we need to break formation. We're going to hunt that submarine down. At this point, I have almost no anti-ship missiles left. This whole group just got ambushed. Just completely murdered. That submarine has to be somewhere in this area. So that's where we're going to head off to. Head flank. I want you there as well. Although you... Well, you got set 40s. That's an anti-submarine torpedo. It's only 4 miles, though. Okay. Should have been on the lookout for submarines. It wasn't. And the Norwegians took full advantage of that. So they have sent... They've sent 4 torpedoes at me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they have murdered my entire action group here. So the Zorky is dead. Well played to them. I was not expecting a submarine. I thought we would be getting something... What? Track 700... There is no track 7002. The hell? Ahead 1/3. Where? Either it's two submarines, or they're using something that has a very fast reload. Because this thing, I believe, only has 4 tubes. The Cobham class. And these have a range of 10.5 miles. So, let's assume that this thing was getting hit at about, or was launched at 10.5 miles out. I'm going to say the same thing for this one. So give me another range circle. So let's say about 10 miles. We got the Zorky, which was also hit, so potentially also 10 miles. I'm thinking somewhere here. So at this point, maybe that submarine's still out there. With a sea state like this, and if that thing's hiding under the layer, good luck. Also, I don't even have a passive sonar on this thing, I think. New contact. Oh, God. Okay, there's another. At least it's not going for the SKR 106. This is on a course of 250. Let's take a ruler and return that. So 250 minus 180 puts you on a course of 070. Okay. So that kind of lines up with what I was expecting. Which is that the submarine is somewhere over there. Let's have you increase speed to flank. We're going to rush into that position and then we're going to active ping it. Do I have passive sonar? Active and passive with a whole passive range of 10 clicks. That's it. That's it. There's nothing left in my task force. There's the wounded Zorky. Let's do a hefty course change every now and then. Because if they are sending more torpedoes out, then I don't want to be the last survivor and the last one to perish. As for the other group, there's almost nothing here, Strike Group Bravo. Well, there's 8 anti-ship missiles and a few guns. It's not a lot. The good thing is, that submarine is not capable of running away very quickly. At 1/3. Nothing. Okay, continue. Get over to that marker. Which is where you're going to be in about 10 minutes. If that submarine reloads and shoots a torpedo in my face, I have pretty much no recourse. Because I probably won't even see it coming. That torpedo is just going to do me in right there and then. I'm so used to doing anti-submarine warfare with helicopters, with aircraft, that I've kind of forgotten how dangerous those things can be if you don't have a helicopter nearby. If you don't have a P-3 or, let's say, Soviet similar aircraft that is capable of going after a submarine. If you don't have sonobuoys, and you're just racing ahead to try and find a convoy like I was, the submarine has an extremely good chance to just eliminate everybody. More news from the other strike group. I have run into a mine. I had no idea that mines were even in the game. And yes, the minesweeper might have given me a clue. Because, well, it's a minesweeper. It's what this does. However, I was not really expecting to actually see mines because I didn't know they were in the game. So this means there is indeed something out here. And if there's one mine, there's potentially more than that. So we're going to stop. We're going to wait for that minesweeper to catch up. I thought the minesweepers were basically just, I don't know, holdouts, if you will, or placeholders for other units. But apparently, mines are now a thing. I'm not sure if you can actually drop them overboard, or if it's something else, but it is clear that we're going to need this depth charge, the BB1 depth charge, in order to remove that mine. And I guess that this also explains why this thing has active sonar. All-mounted sonar. Yeah. It's capable of detecting at 6 miles passive, 2 miles active. So once we're here, we're going to have to just go very, very slow and try and sneak our way in there. In the meanwhile, we still have an unidentified submarine here. In case you're wondering, why are you showing this? Why are you turning this into a video where you lose everything? Well, I'm fallible. Unlike some of my viewers, but most of you are probably going to make mistakes. And here are mine. Biggest mistake, I just ran headfirst into a submarine. When I was trying to just turn around here and, of course, try and hunt the convoy. But it's turning more into a, can I still complete the mission, despite all of these losses, rather than, how am I going to fix this? And then again, I guess, trying to fight your way back from an underdog position can also be interesting to watch. I am tempted, of course, to just not show you any of this. I'm tempted to just go, no, this never happened. Delete the footage. But I don't think that would be quite honest. Where's that damn submarine? My active range is very, very low. It's 8 clicks. 8 kilometers. Wait, kilometers? Not miles? Yeah, okay. Interesting. Is that an oversight? Because everything else is in miles. I'm going to say 8 to 10 miles. Let's go for a circle. Oh. Identify yourself. Does not respond. Oh dear. Oh god. Penguins! I have no way to defend myself except from chaff. And a gun. But, I mean, come on. And hit. And hit. That's the end of the strike group. So these are probably snogs? The Norwegian patrol craft? Right. So what I have left to strike with is this thing right here. Yeah. It's one snog and it's one hawk. Good lord. They took out everything. Well done to the Norwegians. Okay, let's get that minesweeper in place and at least clear out this minefield. Insofar as there is more. And maybe we can still make something happen. SKR 106 is now saying vampire, vampire, vampire. Yeah, because you're getting more missiles. I think the ship is toast. Yeah, look at that. Everything is burning, flooding. I'm just adding a few more penguins to the problem for good measure. And they've already abandoned ship. So, that's the main strike group dead. Lovely. Let's see if my minesweeper and my 1R45 can still do something. As I have already seen, mines are extraordinarily dangerous. Not only that, but you can almost not pick them up. I have my sonar active, I have my surface search radar active, and we're only seeing this mine visually. This thing is almost right next to the ship. And this is a minesweeper. So, I'm not exactly sure how else you're supposed to try and defend against mines. Or how you're supposed to sweep them. I'm doing 4 knots. Gonna toss one of those depth charges over, and maybe that'll neutralize the mine. Engage that track. You're just shooting it? Okay. god, there's another one. I think we sailed right into a minefield. This, by the way, is a life raft. Boom! Did that actually cause any damage? No, we're fine. Good lord. This is gonna add a whole mess to the game. Mess in the sense that you can really mess up a player with the... Oh god, there's another with this. Shoot it. We're apparently not even using the depth charges, we're just using the... Yeah, we're just using the 37mm. Boom. There's another one. There is the life raft. This thing is extremely good at turning, I should say. Hello? How do you expect me to survive that? Boom. No, no damage. Okay, keep sneaking through. Ahead 1/3. Can spot any more mines? Great. Let's see if we can just pick up the survivors from the R129. Seems like the right thing to do. Guys in the life raft must be going, holy shit. That's what killed us. Let's see if it can prevent from killing you. Are we going to sail over this life raft or actually pick it up? Or are we going to just not interact with it? Huh. I thought I'd seen ships pick up life rafts, but maybe I was wrong about that, or I'm not close enough. Anyway. Let's go hunt more mines. And just wait and see that we've cleared the channel here of mines. Only to get met by another bunch of submarines hiding down there. That would be the ultimate form of fuck you by the developer. Or by whoever created this scenario, that is. Okay, come on. Leave the formation. I had 1/3. Oh boy. This whole damn channel has been mined. Get that one. Boom. Get the other one. Good. Now get the other. Somewhere over our starboard side. Lost line of sight. There it is. Boom. Good. So far, this thing has been probably the most productive asset that I've had in this mission. Carry on. There's not really any other way I could have approached this. It might be here, but this looks very narrow and thus very shallow. Okay then, where do you think you're going? I need you over here with all of your 4 anti-ship missiles. We still got a convoy to sink. Although my hopes of actually finding and ever eliminating the convoy are largely diminished at this point. I just want to see how far I can get. Apparently, I hadn't even found all of them yet. There's another mine. Right there. Lovely. How are you supposed to find the mines if sonar doesn't work? Hercules, hull-mounted sonar. High frequency, active, passive, array dating from the 1960s. How are you supposed to find the mines? I mean, I get it. If you give this to the player, then the player should go, hold on, maybe I need to start searching for mines. I wasn't that clever, because, as far as I knew, mines were not a thing. But if your sonar cannot see a mine, then how are you supposed to fight them? How are you supposed to defend yourself from a minefield? Like, my main ship, the Zorky, had a high-frequency sonar as well, but couldn't see anything. Interesting. I want to know, are they listed in the dev tool? So let me have a look. Under AI... What do they have? Good lord, do they have a lot. There's Oslos. There's one submarine. There's another Oslo or two. Okay, where was that Oslo? Yeah, right smack back in the middle of that group. Okay, that makes sense. I think we know the location of the Hawk and the Snog, which were somewhere over there. Then I'm seeing a civilian Roro, a civilian Amra, a civilian freighter. And what are those? Oh, turrets. Lovely. Which are... No, I'm not going to spoil where they are. So, this is one of those missions where just everything has gone wrong. And I'm... I'm going to learn from it. I mean, that's the best I can do. Be careful. Don't just rush in like I did and go, hold on, maybe I can have a look at this convoy up close and shoot it with a couple of anti-ship missiles, use my radar every now and then. One submarine ruined my day, and I think 2 mines ruined the rest of my day. And I now only have 1 auxiliary minesweeper left. 1 minesweeper, that's it. So, learn from my mistakes, don't do what I did. And at the same time, I would highly recommend to be okay with making these mistakes. It's just that the difference is, I'm doing it on camera, I'm doing it in public, as somebody has pointed out. You don't have to. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, even if you were facepalming half the time. So be it, learn from my mistakes, don't do what I did. And good luck playing Sea Power.